everyone. If you are watching this video, it means that I wasn't able to make it to our art class. Perhaps and hopefully it's because I am having my baby finally and everything is going well. Hopefully. Okay, so for you kindergartners, we are going to do something fun and pretty easy this month. We're going to do a bunny. Yeah, I love bunnies. Okay, so what you're going to want to have is a white piece of paper. Okay, I like to have, if you want to, put it on a background paper. All I have left at home with me right now is black paper, so that's why mine's on black. But there's much more colors, fun colors you can put it on. So a color piece of paper if you'd like it. And then, if you do want to cut it out, you're going to need scissors and glue. I forgot my glue. Or tape. Tape works too. Another thing would be if you want to outline it with your pencil and eraser first, you're going to want that. Some kind of black drawing utensil. I classically use a marker. You could also use a crayon, oil pastel, color pencil, something else. And then for coloring, I decided for fun that I wanted to use oil pastels, but you don't have to. Crayons, other things work perfect. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to bring this up nice and close so you guys can get a better picture, a view of what we're doing. So, I made a bunny, right? I had the body and the face of the bunny, the eyes, the snout is what this is called because it's not just the nose or the mouth, it's nose and mouth together, the snout. I added in little paws poking up like our bunny's doing peekaboo, saying hello. Nice big ears, whiskers, teeth, and then if you want to add in extra things in your background, you can. You don't have to. I decided to do eggs. You could do flowers, clouds, trees, other little baby bunnies. You can do whatever you would like. So I am going to put this back up here. So it's back behind us where you can hopefully see it. Maybe. Possibly. There we go. Did it. Alright. So, I know it's kind of like a weird angle to see me, but I want to make sure you guys can see more of this. Alright. I'll even bring it closer. So what we're going to do is you can start out, if you're doing your outlining, like always, we always outline, makes it look really nice. Okay, if you're using a pencil first, that's great. I would say if you're outlining with like a marker and stuff, just watch out for oil pastels when you outline with them because they smudge and smear really easily when your hand gets on there. Happens to me all the time. Okay, so we're going to jump right in. I'm going to angle this. Figure out how this looks on the camera. There we go. That's better. Okay, so we're going to go in and we're going to do the body first. It's like a really big upside down U shape. Now you don't want a teeny tiny little bunny, right? We want a nice big bunny. Almost like we're about to draw a nice big rainbow. But we don't want it to come up too high and lose room for our ears. So if you were to say, I know you can't see the whole page. This is about halfway, maybe about like halfway up. Okay, I'm going to go in and do a nice big curve. Like an upside down U shape. All right. So nice big curve. Mine's a little lopsided. That's okay. It's just going to make my bunny look even more special and cute. And then I'll angle this up. And we're going to do our ears. Okay, so the ears, you can have them be like more pointy on the ends. I just did curves, so like 2 long U's coming out. All right, so I have one on that side and one on the other side. Nice long ears coming out both sides. Now, inside of the ears, there's that like pink, right, for the opening of the ears. So you could do another long U, or you could do like an oval or a hot dog shape inside of it. So in that one, I did more of like a ovally hot dog shape. I think I'm going to do another really long U. See how it looks. It's just going to be a little shorter than my first one, so that it's on the inside. Okay. And of course, the nice thing about this is if you guys are watching this as a video, you can pause it and stuff wherever you need to. Okay, guys? All right. So I'm going to angle it back down again. And we're going to go in and we're going to draw some eyes. Now for the eyes, they're more towards the top of the head. They're not in the middle, definitely not at the bottom, right? We want them up higher. Okay, but not all the way up in the forehead, unless you want your bunny to be looking up at the sky. So I'm going to draw 2 circles. We want nice, big, cute eyes, right? So maybe the size of like a coin, whether or not it's like a penny or a quarter. Just nice big circles. Now if you want, you can, have another circle inside of them for the pupil, which is that black part of your eye, right? How I have the white, and then I have the color, and then the black, right? So you could do a few circles, or if you wanted to, you could do like 2 circles, and I kind of have it towards the top instead of the middle because it makes them look like they're looking up at you. It's cute. Or you could even do like a small circle on the inside that will stay white so it looks like there's light reflecting in your eyes. Like if you guys, can you see that tiny little white dot in my eyes right there? Yeah, it's because there's light reflecting in my eyes. My eyes are wet. So it just makes them look a little bit more alive. Okay, if you're using a pencil, you don't need to color these in, but I am going to go in with my marker and color it in so you guys can get an idea of what that looks like. Why I did that little dot, okay? So that part would just stay white. Okay. All right. Now we are going to do the snout, right? That part that is the nose and the mouth. Now for the snout on this bunny, it almost reminds me of a heart, but it's upside down. You see how it kind of curves like that? So if you want, you can draw it that way, or if it's easier, you can go in and you can turn your paper upside down and draw a heart that way. It's up to you. But I don't want my nose to be like, or my snout to be way down here, because I want room for my feet and stuff. So usually it's in between my eyes, down below, maybe around the middle. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to draw a heart. Okay. Now there's a line that goes through it to separate. They're almost like the little like cheeks, right? If you want, you can draw that line, or you can keep it the same. I'm going to turn mine back around and draw that line. All right, so the beginnings of our snout, but we are missing a nose. The nose is right at the top of the snout. It's like a little upside down triangle, or you could do another little tiny heart. It's up to you. I think I'm going to go in, I'm going to do a little triangle, and I'll color it in so you guys can see. I left a little white dot because usually, you know, animals' noses are kind of wet, so that would also reflect light. You don't have to, but I'm having fun. Okay. So, you can leave it like this for your bunny, or if you want, you can add in some little teeth. All right, and they come out right in this little opening at the bottom of the heart. So I go in and I do 2 rectangles, or you can do 1 wide rectangle and then split it in half with a line going up and down so that they have 2 good chompers, good teeth for eating all that lettuce and stuff. If you want, you can give your bunny eyelashes, or like little dots in its cheeks. You could do fun things with them. The next thing we're going to talk about are feet. Okay, so down at the bottom, I added in little feet. So it looks like the bunny is just kind of like poking up at us and taking a look. Okay, so it has those little toes. You see how when my hand is curled like this, that you can just see that part of my fingers? They're almost kind of like ovals. So that's what I did for my buddy's feet. I did one group of 3 over on the left and another group of 3 over on the right. But I did it inside the body instead of outside. Right, so tall, skinny ovals, like tiny hot dogs. And I did 3. You could do 4 if you want. I go in and I do 1 little oval, 2 little oval that's right next to it. They're touching on the sides. And 3 little oval. If they end up being more circular, that's okay too. And then on the other side, for the other foot, I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, 3. Right at the bottom of the page. Right? It can even be touching that bottom edge of your page. If you want to, you can give your bunny whiskers, or if you're going to cut it out and put it on a colored piece of paper, I would draw the whiskers after you glue it on or tape it on. Because what I did in this one is I did whiskers, and then when I cut it out, I realized I cut off the end of the whiskers, and then I put it on black paper, and I was like, oh no, my whiskers are gone. So what I did was I took my white oil pastel to extend the whiskers out so that I could bring them back, right? But I might have. I do a paper that's not black. Okay, I'll show you on this paper what I mean. Or if you're going to leave it on the white, then you can just, do it right on there. You can add in other stuff in the background, what have you. In this one, I put some eggs because it's getting to that time of the year. You can just cut out your bunny if you want to cut it out and put it on here and then decorate things in this background. Or you can put stuff on here and cut that out too and glue it on. It's up to you. So like maybe I want to do, instead of eggs this time, maybe I want my bunny to be looking up at like a butterfly. Right? Okay. So, but before you, if you do cut them out, before you do that, then we are going to want to color them. Right? So, you can use markers, crayons, color pencils. I'm going to use oil pastels just because I haven't really used them much this year and they're fun. Okay. And inside the ears, I did a pink, right? You can do other colors too. Like if you want it to be more natural looking, you could do like a pink or a peach. In this one I did peach for the snout. I think I'm going to have fun with it. I think I'm going to do light blue for the inside of my ears. Just because I can. You can pick whatever colors you want. And I left my bunny white. But if you want to color in your bunny with other colors, you can do that too. That's okay. Right? If you want to do a brown bunny or a gray or a black bunny, or you could do a bunny that has spots. All kinds of stuff. Okay. Color, color, color. So, you can start thinking about what colors you want our other parts of your bunny to be. So, I've got blue inside my ears. So I've already gone kind of silly with my bunny and colorful, so I think I'm just going to stick with that. I think I'm going to do pink for the cheeks, the snout. I think I'm definitely going to leave my teeth white, I think. I'm going to leave that space around the outside of my eyes white. Or if you want, you can color it to give your bunny like green eyes, brown eyes, blue eyes, purple eyes. Right? And then, since I'm already having some fun, I think I'm going to go in. I'm going to paint, or not paint, but color my toes, my feet, that same light blue. Color, color, color. And Yeah, I want to do some spots in a darker blue on my bunny. Kind of like how a cow has spots. I think that might be fun. We will find out how it looks in just a minute, won't we? Okay. So if you are using oil pastels, nice thing about oil pastels is if you do put your bunny on a colored piece of paper and you want to just decorate the colored piece of paper, oil pastels show up much, much better on that colored piece of paper than they would on, than like crayons or something else like that would. Okay, so that is another option, because I know that cutting, even for me, can sometimes be a challenge. Now, if you outlined with a pencil to draw it first, in case you had mistakes, make sure that after you're done coloring, that you go in and you do every outline in black. Okay, so outside of the ears, inside of the ears, the eyes, the snout, that heart shape, the nose, the teeth, the toes, everything that was once pencil, you want to have become a black line. Okay. So, I'm not going to color my butterfly because I want to have plenty of time to go over cutting, gluing. Okay, so you guys work on decorating your bunnies for just a moment. I am going to go grab my glue because, silly me, I forgot it. Maybe I do want to do a little bit of color around my eyes. Okay, I'm just going to grab that super fast. We'll be right back. Okay, got my glue now. Alright, so we are going to, again, you can keep it on here, keep decorating this paper, totally up to you. I'm going to take mine off, and I'm going to cut it. If you need an adult to help you cut certain parts, should be an adult around. I'm going to cut all along the outside. Make sure you don't cut off the ears. But even if you do accidentally cut off the ears, it's okay, because we can just glue them on the paper, right? It's one of those mistakes that are really easy to fix. So, got my bunny cut out here. I like to do it nice and close to the lines. But if you have some white showing around the outside, that's okay too. Okay. Peek-boo. Okay, sorry. I started to have some fun. All right, so I am going to put this blue paper up, and I'm going to show you what we want to do when we're ready to glue it, if you are gluing it onto a background paper. Okay, pop that right up there. Okay, so I'm sure your teacher and your parents have told you, but a little bit of glue goes a long ways. You don't need very much. Okay, and when you're gluing, it's super duper important that you get the edges, which is like right close to the outside. You don't want it right on the edge because then it'll squish out underneath when you put it on your paper. Okay, you just want it kind of closer to the edges. Right, so, and it helps if you have some kind of scrap piece of paper underneath when you're gluing, so that if there is any kind of mess, that scrap piece of paper helps to take up that mess. So I want my glue mostly around the edges. I do a little bit on the inside, not a ton. And then when I glue my bunny on, and include the ears, don't forget about the ears, you need glue on there too. I try and line up that straight edge along the bottom of my bunny with the straight edge along the bottom of my background paper. Okay, we don't want any bunnies hanging off. And we also don't want them too high up because then the ears might go off the top, or they're just going to be floating in the middle of the air. So try, if you can, to line up those edges. And then we're going to go in, we're going to press down, we're going to glue it on. All right, got my bunny on there. I got some glue that came out the sides because I had to move it over because my ear was about to go off the page. My bunny is trying to escape. Not today, bunny. Not today. All right, and then after you have it on there, if you wanted to do whiskers, now would be a good time to draw those on, right? Because then they wouldn't get chopped off when you cut out your bunny. So you could go in and you can add in whiskers. I usually do 3 coming out of the side of the face. You can add in other things to your background. I decided I wanted to put a border around my spots so that they'll show up even better. Right, that outline. Let me bring it nice and close. I'm sorry about that, you guys. Right, the outline around the spots just helps make it look even better. Okay. You want to make sure to put your name on your art. And you're going to want to double check with your teacher where they want the name to be. If they want it to be on the front or the back. If you're using a marker and you put your name on your paper, don't put it on the back where it's going to bleed through, okay? If you put your name on the back of the paper, use a pencil. Pencil on back. And there's your bunnies. Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing some pictures of your cute bunnies. And this is the last meeting that we would have had. I'll be returning next year. Okay? Have a great rest of your year, guys. Bye-bye.